shot through the heart, and you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name. Hello and welcome to the next episode of Matt and Todd Go to the Movies. With special guest Tim Davis. This is a podcast where all three of us went and saw a movie at a local Regal cinema theater, and now we're going to talk about it. Right after the movie, in the parking structure, in Matt's Honda Pilot, we're going to talk about such things as, should you see this movie? Should you not see this movie? Should you bring a date? Should you go by yourself? Can you bring your kids? Do you need to pay attention the entire time, or can you snack, nap, or craft and just kind of let the world slide you by and just enjoy 2 hours of not thinking? You know, we're going to talk about some of it, all of it, none of it. You know the deal. I am Todd Dunlap.
And I'm Matt Malloy, and I'm saying don't bring your kids to this one.
No. Yeah, that's fair. Important message to get out right away.
Yes. We saw a movie. This movie is called The Housemaid, and we'll talk all about that. But Tim, tell us who might be in this movie that we might know.
I would say there's really only 2 household names in this movie. The lead is Sydney Sweeney as the housemaid herself. Mm-hmm. And we know her on the podcast from Anyone But You, the romantic comedy with Glenn Powell. She's also been, she was in Madam Web for a hot second, even though that movie was something. I remember I first saw her on the first season of The White Lotus, which is a great show. And then we also had Amanda Seyfried is in this. Probably most famous for her role in Mean Girls, but she's also been around a while. She's in the Mamma Mia franchise. Been on TV a lot. She's a recognizable face for sure. But that is about it for recognizable names. The director, I recognize his name, is Paul Feig, and I want to say he was Bridesmaids.
He was Bridesmaids.
And a few other.
He was also the horrible Ghostbusters. Yeah.
But he's been around a long time.
I hate Paul Feig. If his movies don't go well or do well, he blames
everybody
sexism. Because he likes to work with women and do women-led movies, which is phenomenal.
He's done a lot of movies with
Make a freaking good movie, and I'll sing your praises.
I enjoyed Bridesmaids. I enjoyed Spy. The Ghostbusters was bad. What are you gonna do? Anyway, this is The Housemaid, so Matt, let's go.
Yeah, let's move on here. What is The Housemaid all about? Well, Sydney Sweeney's character named Millie comes on the scene and takes a position as a housemaid. We find out about her past. She really needs this job for various reasons, and so she takes the job from the woman of the house, the wife of the couple, and the mother of a daughter in this house, and her name is Nina. Yeah. So Nina hires Millie, and then there's Andrew, who's the husband and father of the daughter. And you can't really say a lot about this movie, but because of the kind of twist that
Twisty
it takes.
turns.
Unfolding nature.
Twisty turns.
Yeah, don't want to spoil those, because those are some of the best moments in the movie, actually. And so I won't, but we'll just say that nothing is as it seems, and everyone has a past, and everyone has a story that unfolds along with the movie. And, fairly interesting ways, actually. But I won't share exactly what happens. I'll just say that there is conflict between all the parties that I mentioned in the beginning there. So, well, we'll talk about what we can. Todd, have you ever thought of hiring a housemaid?
No. Okay. I've never been in a situation where that would ever be a possibility.
And will this movie help you with that decision?
Well, be that as it may, what did you think of this movie?
Strap in.
Strap in.
Because here we go.
We're strapped.
I think in general, and I was talking to the guys before the podcast, this movie would get pretty high marks for me if it wasn't for a couple of things that honestly drag it down. And it's to the point where I don't know how much rewatchability this movie has because of the problems that I didn't like. But there are good aspects. I'm going to try to give equal time to both, but I can't promise anything. Once the mouth starts going, you just, you get strap in and go along.
You get what you get.
It's your gut reaction time.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. So the biggest problem with this movie is Sydney Sweeney and her inability to act or show emotion on her face or anything, really. It just seems like it was like, well, let's put a pair of tits in this movie, which is like, you know, pretty cross for me to say, but it just feels like that was the whole point of her character. Like, we can't get any kind of actual emotion or acting from you, so let's have every scene, you know, the twins are saying hi. Like, and I don't mean like fully out, but it just in ways where you're like, okay, this is a lot. Like, come on. And she's really bad. Like, and I don't have any totally personal thoughts about Sydney Sweeney and all her controversies. I don't really care. But I keep seeing more and more things with her in it, and more times I'm walking out of the theater and being like, that could have been good. But her performance drags it down. Just like anyone but you.
Madam Web wouldn't have been good, though.
That's true.
Even with
her bad acting did not take Madam Web. Madam Web itself takes Madam Web. And that's sad for this movie that her performance was so bad, because I thought the other performances in this movie were so good. Like, I thought the mom, Amanda, and then the guy Andrew, who I don't know his real name.
Something like Brandon Sklenar or something.
I thought their acting were some serious masterclass in acting.
I agree.
Like, and because of all the twisty turns, things are just always, you know, kind of going, and
just
how
when you
they
think you
roll
know.
with it,
Yep.
and how they react to was phenomenal. Like, just really good acting. Like, and it's just a shame that you know, they don't balance out equally in my eyes. And you know, it's hard for me to talk about the other things that I didn't like, because it's a lot of like kind of plot holes, and it's some stuff, and to even semi go into it.
Yes.
Would be a detriment to anyone who listens to this. So, I mean, I don't know what my ranking's gonna be. I did think it is a good movie. It is just hard to get around the soulless void of, you know, Sydney Sweeney. So, otherwise, I thought this was like a pretty good. It's suspenseful at times, but it's also like, you know, you're trying to figure out which way's up in this whole scenario. And the suspense was good. I thought the twisty turns were pretty good. Like, I don't know if I had to piece it out exactly how things got down, but I like was satisfied with how things were going, and how, you know, the unveiling of all that happened. I mean, there's some weird directorial choices in here about narration that I just was like, what are we doing here? Like, whenever someone's narrating a movie, I need to know who the narrator's talking to. Like, and what's going on, and why they're sharing the story and stuff like that. And this one was just, I'm going to say it's the mark of not a great director, because it's like, or maybe writer. I don't know if I can blame it solely on direction, but it's like, I don't know how to get from A to B with telling a story and make it work with the people. So I'm just going to have a voiceover to get us there, because I can't figure out how to do that. Like,
I've got to wonder if that's from the book.
It very well could be.
Not knowing.
I don't know anything, but a book is always going to have narration in it.
Well, true,
Right.
fair, but I wonder if that's
Right.
a device used in the book to kind of keep you guessing as well. And so they figure, we got to put some of that in the movie. I'm just totally guessing. Though.
Yeah, it felt weird to me. Like, it felt like this could have been stronger without it. And the fact that it needed so much detail and so much explaining in the narration was kind of like, that's a bummer to me. Like, I thought, if you could have depicted this well enough in the movie, we wouldn't need the narration, and it would be like even more of a surprise. Like, the fact that it's narrated, I almost think takes the suspension out of it. So anyway, I probably concentrated more on the bad than the good, but there is good. Like I said, the acting's great. I thought the script is good, except for one line that just blew my mind and like was just so. I don't know why I grafted to this line, where Sydney Sweeney picks up freaking gravy boat.
Oh.
And goes, gravy boats? Oh, I love gravy. And then she's like, I didn't even know they make these things. How did you know it was a gravy boat then? It just was like, it was her
thought the
delivery.
same thing.
It was her delivery of the line, and I'm like, wow, that's bad. That was really horrible.
Gravy boat.
Oh, man. All right, Tim.
Hi. Yes, I think I'm with you in that this is a good movie with a satisfying conclusion, and like you said, a twisty turn-based movie where everything is. The word I use is tension. This movie had a lot of tension, where every scene had you were just worried that something was off, and the movie I thought set the tone for that very well. Like every scene, there was some line of dialogue or a look, or especially with Amanda, I thought she acted her ass off.
For sure,
and was great. She's the MVP of this movie, I would argue. Although, like you said, Brandon, the husband, also brought it just as much. And Sydney did, and that's to me the two outweigh the one for me, and I still got there because they worked so hard to make it work that I was along for the ride. And like you said, you're kind of guessing along the way. The movie wants to lead you, but you're not sure. And it's like, this seems too obvious to be this, and then it reveals something, and you go, okay, got it, and I'm on board still. Like, it never had a moment that took you out, like a twist that was too silly or too out there based on where we were at that point in the movie. And I think that takes some tight directing and writing to make sure that your reveals don't distract or make you go, wait a minute. And I thought that can be hard to do, and the acting also helped bring it there. And so, like you said, a movie like this has a specific audience it's going for, and I think it would satisfy that audience. So if you even have an inkling or an idea to see this movie, I definitely recommend it. It's very tense, very well acted, and I said a very satisfying ending for what you're looking for in a movie like this. Definitely Amanda and Brandon's performances are worth noting, I think, because they really brought this home in a way that I don't know if all actors can, as we saw. So I recommend it very highly. I don't know how high I'll rate it because movies like this can only be so good, and it's not like it's something totally new. But I thought the journey was fun in a way that a movie like this should be, and where the reveals are satisfying and intriguing. Matt?
Yeah, I think we all are pretty much in pretty close accord on this one. I won't rehash the things that you guys have said.
Say it all!
I agree with the sentiments already shared. I'll say a couple things though. I thought the beginning of this movie, where they're kind of building the world and building the story, was a little bit slow to get started.
Agreed.
But once they finally got into it, I was on board and wanted to see the story through, for sure. And I do agree that it's a good story, and I do agree that the acting was pretty good, and I do agree that Sydney Sweeney is just not
to the caliber of the other two.
Yeah, and maybe just isn't a good actress in general. But hey, she's living her life and doing her stuff, and she produced this movie, so
yep, making her money.
Got to make that money somehow.
Yeah.
Now she's beefing with Zendaya.
Oh
no.
Well,
Yeah.
Careful.
I think there was some drama on the set of Euphoria, the new season.
Oh, I see. Well,
Now,
big names.
There's been some either X or whatever. There's been some back and forth with Amanda, kind of saying, "Well, I don't get the hype around her, because she does the same face in every single movie."
Which is a fair.
Right.
Sydney Sweeney was saying that about Zendaya? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it Zendaya? Am I saying it wrong?
You said Amanda just now.
I know,
you
but
Zendaya.
is it Zendaya?
Zendaya.
It's Zendaya, right?
Zendaya.
Okay, all right. But yeah, there's some inside
Yeah.
I see.
beefing.
I mean, as much as I loved White Lotus season 1, it wasn't because of Sydney, but Sydney's part in it is interesting, but she's playing off better actresses around her, and it's just like usual, and she just goes through. So yeah, it's a pattern now.
Well, anyway, the other thing that I found really distracting about this movie is these people live in I guess the suburbs of New York City,
Right.
and
Rich town.
there's apparently only only 4 cops that work in this town.
Oh yeah, right.
And they show
Yes.
up at every
Every
crime
Even
scene,
different
every pullover.
chronicle see like
Yeah.
through the years.
Every cop moment is the same cop.
Yeah, it's the same
I
cops.
didn't even pick that up until you just said
That
it.
is
Yeah,
true.
it was
good
distracting.
observation.
Well played. Well played.
Yeah. So, anyway, I had a fine time with this. It was okay. It wasn't great. It really wasn't great because of Sydney Sweeney. And that's a shame because the story is worth it.
And
So,
Amanda.
I mean, it feels
Amanda
only
MVP.
appropriate that every time we see a movie with Sydney Sweeney in it, we convene as We Hate Sydney Sweeney as an actress club.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to get into it with all her other stuff and her private life,
we're
whatever.
just
Live your
based
life.
it on her merits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
If I was able to walk into a meeting with some actors and tell them how I think they're doing, it would make my life so much better because plenty of people walk into my profession and tell me what I'm doing wrong and right. I feel like it's only fair that I could walk into some board meeting and be like, what are we doing here? Why do we keep using this person?
well, you can do that, Todd. This is our podcast.
That's
This
true.
is
We
how
are
do
doing
it.
it.
I know Sydney Sweeney listens to it. So.
Yeah, obviously. All right, well, let's get down to it. This will be some interesting ratings because, the highs of this movie were really great and the lows of this movie were very low. So it's a hard one. How many teeth would you give this movie? Because teeth are a privilege.
Teeth are a privilege.
Teeth are a privilege.
0 being the worst because you have no teeth, and
No
wow,
privilege.
that's rough.
No privilege.
5 is the best because then you have 5 and maybe you can like do the old Simpsons chomper and like get a can open with one teeth and like
There you go.
you know you can work it out. 5 teeth period, you could do something. I'm not saying it's great.
It's way better than 0, though.
Yeah. Assuming dentures and all that kind of stuff
Aren't
aren't
available
involved. They don't exist in this world we're painting right now. So, Matt,
Yeah, I'm going to go with the balancing of the good and the bad. And I'm going to come out with 2.9 teeth out of 5. Worth a watch, but not super great because of the things that we've mentioned.
right.
So,
Tim,
I enjoyed it a bit more than that. Like I said, I'm not letting Sydney ruin the score. Because I feel Amanda especially brought it along with Brandon as far as trying to almost make up for what they were working with. So for me, Amanda alone gets me up to a 3.4.
okay.
well, fair. I mean, it's going to get a rating that I think we're all going to be in agreement that people should see this movie.
Yes.
It's nice to know what you're walking into. Like that, there's going to be a good movie on the screen. You just got to get around the black hole.
Yep.
And sometimes the black hole brings the light in, which is unfortunate, but you just got to get around it a little bit. But I was right on the money with Matt. 2.9. I cannot give this movie a 3, even though I really want to. It just, if I can understand a bad performance from a side character,
Sure.
but
She's the lead.
this is the lead. And I don't know how many takes a lot of those shots took, but the fact that what we see was what someone thought was the best is wow. Someone's lost touch with reality. Or it's like I'm saying, it's like they
that's
just
all
put,
you could get.
They put
That
the
is the
twins
best.
on display and then that's it. Like that is all that they think that we want to see out of her, and I don't think we can agree with that in this car.
We aim higher.
Yeah, we want some good acting, So,
Yes. All right. Well,
Okay.
that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Matt and Todd Go to the Movies, where we reviewed the movie The Housemaid. We gave it an average rating of 3.06 repeating. So just over the the good line, if you will. We would say you should go see this movie.
yeah,
But don't take your kids.
don't take your kids.
No,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, yeah. Well, thanks for listening to the old podcast. Please continue to download, subscribe,
This
like
isn't a
it.
bro movie either. Like, it's not like if a couple of besides out of reviewing this movie from us, I don't know if it'd be like, let's get the fellas together and go,
Yeah.
unless they're really into it, which I'm not judging. If you are, great. You
Yeah.
know what you like.
Yes.
That was just a special warning, I thought.
Special
if we're going
warning.
to say no kids,
Yeah.
you know, I don't see, outside of a podcast, I don't see me calling you two one night and being like, hey,
Let's go get the
Let's go
housemaid.
see the housemaid.
the housemaid. I heard it's steamied. Are you in, fellas? Like,
There are some steamy parts.
There are.
Yeah. Anyway, I said everything.
yeah.
Yep.
We will see you next time.
Da 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 da
Da da
da da da.
da da da.